The universe has always been humanity's greatest enigma, a tapestry of stars, galaxies, and mysteries that stretch beyond imagination. For centuries, we've gazed into the night sky, wondering if we were alone in this vast expanse. On August 29th, 2025, that question was answered, not with a roar, but with a whisper that shook the very foundations of our understanding. The James Webb Space Telescope, humanity's golden eye in the cosmos, captured something extraordinary. A signal, sharp and deliberate, unlike anything ever recorded. It wasn't the chaotic hum of a distant star or the faint echo of cosmic radiation. It was a pattern, a rhythm, a pulse that seemed to carry purpose. In a single moment, the universe transformed from a silent void into a living presence, and humanity found itself teetering on the edge of the unknown, hearts pounding with equal parts awe and fear. The James Webb Space Telescope, launched in 2021, is a marvel of human ingenuity. Orbiting far beyond Earth's atmosphere, its gold-plated mirrors capture light from the universe's earliest moments. Galaxies forming billions of years ago, nebula glowing like cosmic cradles, and planets that might harbor life. It was designed to peer into the deepest corners of space, unveiling secrets hidden since the Big Bang. But on that fateful day in August 2025, it did something no one anticipated. Instead of routine data, faint traces of cosmic background radiation, or the flicker of distant stars, it transmitted a signal so clear, so structured, that it halted mission control in its tracks. The data wasn't noise, it was a message, woven with precision, as if the cosmos itself had decided to speak. Within hours of the detection, NASA made a decision that sent ripples through the scientific community. They shut down the telescope. This was no ordinary pause. Deactivating an instrument like the James Webb is a rare and grave act reserved for moments of extreme caution or critical failure. But there was no failure here. The telescope was functioning perfectly, perhaps too perfectly. The signal it captured was so distinct, so deliberate, that it demanded immediate action to preserve its integrity. Engineers rushed to secure the transmission, locking it into digital archives, while scientists stared at their screens, grappling with the weight of what they had found. The shutdown wasn't just about protecting data, it was about containing a moment that could redefine humanity's place in the cosmos. Picture the scene, a control room buzzing with tension, screens glowing with data that defied explanation. The signal's waveforms danced across monitors, revealing patterns that were almost too perfect. They repeated with mathematical elegance, shifting frequencies with a precision that nature rarely produces. Scientists ran comparisons against every known cosmic phenomenon: pulsars, quasars, supernovae, even the echoes of colliding black holes. Nothing matched. The signal stood alone, defiant, refusing to fit into the tidy categories of astrophysics. Its structure suggested encoding, a deliberate design that whispered of intelligence. For the first time, astronomers faced a chilling possibility. We had not only discovered something, but something had discovered us. The signal's clarity was what made it so unsettling. It didn't resemble the chaotic emissions of a dying star or the static hum of cosmic radiation. It was crisp, rhythmic, and purposeful, like a code waiting to be unraveled. If it was natural, it represented a new class of cosmic event, one that could rewrite the laws of physics. If it was artificial, the implications were staggering. An intentional signal would mean that somewhere, in the vastness of space, an intelligence had chosen to reach out. Why now? Why us? Had humanity's own signals, decades of radio waves, television broadcasts, and radar spilling into the void, acted as a beacon, drawing attention to our fragile planet? The thought was both exhilarating and terrifying, a spark that ignited imaginations and fears alike. The decision to shut down the telescope was more than a technical necessity. It was a symbolic pause, a moment to catch our breath in the face of the unknown. NASA's engineers knew that a signal of this magnitude could not be mishandled. A single glitch, a corrupted byte, or a premature leak could taint the data forever. By silencing the telescope, they ensured that the signal's pristine clarity was preserved, ready for the rigorous scrutiny it demanded. But the shutdown also deepened the mystery. Why halt such a critical instrument? What was so urgent, so profound, that it required immediate containment? The answer lay in the signal's potential. It could be the key to a new understanding of the universe, or the first word in a conversation we weren't ready to have. For centuries, telescopes have been humanity's windows to the cosmos. From Galileo's handcrafted lenses to the sprawling radio dishes of the 20th century, each instrument extended our vision, letting us glimpse galaxies, nebulae, and worlds beyond our own. The James Webb Space Telescope was the culmination of this quest, its infrared gaze piercing through cosmic dust to reveal secrets hidden for billions of years. Yet, it was never meant to capture voices. Its mission was to collect light, not messages. But as the signal's data streamed in, it felt less like the flicker of stars and more like a deliberate call across a cosmic ocean. The patterns were too structured, too intentional to be dismissed as noise. They carried the weight of purpose, as if someone or something had crafted them to be heard. The signal's structure raised questions that cut to the core of human existence. If it was artificial, it suggested that intelligence was not a singular miracle confined to Earth. Consciousness, once thought to be the pinnacle of human evolution, might be a common thread woven through the cosmos. The idea was both humbling and exhilarating. Somewhere out there, another mind had mastered the laws of physics, harnessing them to send a message across unfathomable distances. The signal's precision implied a technology far beyond our own, an understanding of the universe that dwarfed human knowledge. It was as if we had been racing to solve a cosmic puzzle, only to find that someone else had finished it long ago and was now sliding the completed picture across the stars. As news of the signal spread, it became a cultural phenomenon, igniting debates in homes, classrooms, and online forums. For some, it was a moment of wonder, a confirmation that the universe was alive with possibility. For others, it was a source of unease, a reminder of humanity's vulnerability in a cosmos that suddenly felt less empty. Social media platforms buzzed with speculation, from hopeful visions of interstellar kinship to dark theories of invasion or cosmic indifference. Artists and writers seized the moment, crafting stories, paintings, and songs that captured the awe and dread of the unknown. The signal was no longer just data, it was a spark that set imaginations alight, reshaping how we see ourselves and our place in the universe. Governments felt the signal's impact immediately. A detection of unknown origin carried implications for global security, science, and diplomacy. If the signal was artificial, it could be perceived as a threat, even if none was intended. Intelligence agencies quietly classified portions of the data, while diplomats whispered of cooperation or competition to control the narrative. The telescope's shutdown was as much about managing information as it was about protecting the signal. A premature leak could spark panic, misinformation, or political maneuvering, yet secrecy risked fueling conspiracy theories, with some claiming the signal was a fabrication, others insisting it had been known for years. In the absence of clear answers, speculation filled the void, shaping perceptions as much as facts did. The signal forced humanity to confront its deepest questions. For millennia, we have wrestled with our place in the universe. Religions have declared us chosen, unique, or central to a divine plan. Philosophers have pondered whether we are merely one world among many. The signal challenged these frameworks, suggesting that intelligence might be a universal phenomenon, not a singular gift. Could faiths rooted in human centrality adapt to a cosmos teeming with minds? Could science, built on the assumption of a knowable universe, account for a force that wielded intent? The signal was a mirror, reflecting back the questions we had long asked, but never expected to hear answered. For astronomers, the signal was both a triumph and a burden. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI, had long been dismissed by some as a fringe pursuit, a dream chasing shadows in the stars. This detection validated their work, proving that listening was not in vain, but it also raised the stakes. If the signal was a message, the responsibility to decipher it fell on their shoulders, and the task was daunting. The pattern suggested a code, but one that might be rooted in a logic alien to human thought. Mathematicians and linguists joined the effort, searching for universal constants, prime numbers, geometric sequences, or ratios like pi that could unlock the signal's meaning. Yet they faced a humbling truth. The message might be speaking in a language we cannot yet understand. The signal reshaped humanity's sense of identity. National borders, once the lines of pride and conflict, seemed trivial in the face of a cosmic presence. People who had never thought of themselves as Earthlings began to do so, united by the shared weight of the unknown. Psychologists noted a shift in collective consciousness. Fear, paradoxically, was forging a new sense of belonging, the idea of being one species, sharing a fragile planet in a universe that might be watching, seeped into public thought. For some, it inspired wonder wonder and unity. For others, it triggered fear, denial, or aggression. The signal was not just a scientific event, but a psychological one, with ripples that touched every corner of human experience. Economists pondered the signal's impact on global markets. If it carried knowledge beyond human understanding, what would it mean for innovation? Would investors still fund research when answers might already exist among the stars? Or would fear drive a new era of development, with resources pouring into defense, technology, preparedness? Markets thrive on stability, but the signal had introduced a cosmic uncertainty that rippled through every financial decision. Some predicted a surge in investment in space exploration as nations and corporations raced to unlock the signal's secrets. Others warned of economic instability as the fear of the unknown disrupted traditional markets. In schools and universities, the signal became a defining moment. Students raised on stories of space exploration now lived in a narrative unfolding in real time. Teachers scrambled to adapt curricula, not just to explain the science, but to address the existential questions it raised. What does it mean to be human in a universe that listens? How do we live in a world that may no longer be alone? The signal spilled into classrooms, reshaping education in subtle but profound ways. Young minds, once inspired by tales of astronauts and distant planets, now grappled with the reality of a cosmos that might be speaking back. The signal's implications extended to global security. Defense agencies analyzed the data for hidden codes or technologies, tantalized by the possibility of blueprints for propulsion, energy, or communication. But such power was as dangerous as it was enticing. What if deciphering the signal too quickly or too slowly carried consequences? The arms race of interpretation had begun, with nations vying to unlock the signal's secrets first. The fear was not just of the signal's origin, but of what humanity might do with its knowledge. History has shown that great leaps in understanding, fire, the atom, can bring both progress and destruction. The signal was no different. In remote corners of the world, spiritual movements saw the signal as a revelation. Some declared it the voice of divinity, a cosmic confirmation of creation's vastness. Others saw it as a test of faith, a challenge to doctrines of human uniqueness. Charismatic leaders wove narratives, blending ancient prophecy with modern discovery, drawing followers into communities of belief. The signal became a spiritual touchstone, interpreted not through mathematics, but through symbolism and myth. For many, it was a call to rethink humanity's place in a universe that was no longer silent, but alive with meaning. Conspiracy theories flourished in the signal's wake. Some claimed it was a government fabrication, a tool to impose control. Others insisted it had been known for decades, hidden by secretive agencies. Darker theories warned that the signal was a lure, a trap set by forces with unknown intentions. In the absence of clear answers, speculation filled the void, creating a cacophony of narratives that shaped public perception as much as facts did. Online forums buzzed with debates, each theory a reflection of humanity's struggle to make sense of the unknown. The signal was no longer just a scientific puzzle, it was a cultural battleground. Perhaps the most haunting possibility was that the signal was not new at all. If it had traveled across thousands or millions of light years, its senders might no longer exist. The message could be a cosmic fossil, the echo of a civilization long gone, drifting through the stars like a ghost. Yet, even if the senders were extinct, the signal's impact was undeniable. It proved that intelligence had arisen elsewhere, that humanity was not unique. The universe, once seen as a vast emptiness, now shimmered with possibility. If life and mind had emerged before, they could do so again and again. Earth was no longer an island, but part of a cosmic archipelago, teeming with potential. The signal sparked a renaissance in human creativity as artists, musicians, and storytellers grappled with its implications. Paintings depicted alien skies and unseen worlds, their colors vivid with hope and fear. Novels wove tales of first contact, some utopian, others dystopian, each exploring what it means to share the cosmos. Musicians composed symphonies that echoed the signal's rhythmic patterns, blending mathematics with emotion. This cultural outpouring was more than art. It was a collective attempt to process the unknown, to give form to the formless. The signal became a muse, inspiring a new era of expression that bridged science and imagination, uniting humanity in a shared quest for meaning. Beyond science and culture, the signal posed profound ethical questions. Should humanity respond? A reply could reveal Earth's location, technology, and vulnerabilities, inviting unknown consequences. Silence, however, might be interpreted as ignorance or fear, potentially missing an opportunity for connection. The decision was not one nation's to make. It demanded global unity, a challenge humanity has rarely met. Ethical debates erupted. Was it right to broadcast our presence knowing the risks? Could we trust ourselves to wield any knowledge the signal might contain? The signal forced us to confront not just the cosmos, but our own capacity for wisdom and restraint in the face of the unknown. The signal's true nature may take years, decades, or even centuries to unravel. It may be a message, a warning, or a stray transmission meant for someone else, but its impact is immediate and irreversible. It has stripped away the illusion of cosmic solitude, reminding us that when we look into the stars, something may be looking back. The telescope's silence is a metaphor for this moment, a pause between the known and the unknown, a breath held in anticipation of what might come next. The signal has already changed the trajectory of human thought, forcing scientists to rethink their assumptions, societies to reassess their priorities, and individuals to grapple with their place in a larger story. The signal is not just a moment in history, it's a conversation that invites us all to participate. What do you think it means? Is it a greeting from a distant civilization, a natural phenomenon we've yet to understand, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective could spark a new idea or inspire someone else. If this story of cosmic wonder resonates with you, give it a thumbs up to show your support for exploring the universe's mysteries. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this unfolding saga, because the cosmos has spoken and we're just beginning to listen. The telescope's shutdown marked the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. Its silence was not an absence, but a presence. A reminder that the universe is no longer a passive backdrop, but an active participant in our story. The signal has opened a door that cannot be closed, inviting humanity to step into a future filled with possibility and uncertainty. Whether it leads to answers or more questions, one thing is certain: the cosmos has whispered, and we cannot unhear it. The conversation has begun, and humanity, for the first time, is not just speaking to the stars, but listening for their reply.